What's up, everybody? A gigantic heavyweight showdown goes down in the boxing ring this weekend in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and that is between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot more on the line than just, two big names in the heavyweight division. And I know a lot of people are excited for this, but I'm kind of hearing some negative things out there in terms of, it's boxing and blah, blah, blah. Ladies and gentlemen, we aren't just getting two of the biggest names in the heavyweight division, right? I'm going to throw this screenshot up on the screen for you. Tyson Fury is a WBC champion, and the unified heavyweight champ is Oleksandr Usyk, and the winner will become the first undisputed heavyweight champion of the world in the four-belt era. Ladies and gentlemen, that's huge. That's huge, right? So there's going to be a little bit of piece of history going along with this matchup, but coming into this fight, right? So I'm going to break this down and talk about what we're looking at here, and then I'm going to give my prediction towards the end. Or actually, I'll give my prediction now. I believe Oleksandr Usyk is going to be able to get this thing done. And I want to touch on the fact that before the Francis Ngannou matchup, before that happened with Tyson Fury, I'm really not factoring that matchup in too much into my assessment here. Before the Ngannou fight, when there were talks about Usyk and Fury and all these different things, I was leaning towards Oleksandr in the matchup for the reasons being, while Tyson Fury is incredibly athletic, while he's very mobile, he has a very good jab, and we know Tyson Fury, he's a huge dude, man. To be 6'8", built the way he is, which granted, he's coming in better shape than what it looks like he normally is from some of the pictures I've been seeing online recently. I think it was a wake-up call against Francis Ngannou for Tyson Fury. So I do think that we are going to see a really in shape, really dialed in Tyson Fury. The issue for me, I'm not even really factoring in the Ngannou loss because I think, like I said, that lit a fire under the rear end of Fury. I just think Oleksandr possesses some of the skills that are going to give Tyson problems, which when we talk about two gigantic heavyweights, right? Whenever we get a big heavyweight clash first, that's always what makes boxing exciting, right? It's fun when we get to see Garcia, Tank Davis, Ben Whitaker. There's different styles of boxers that are very entertaining to watch. But when we get two giant heavyweights that are very different in the way they go about their business in there, it's very exciting. Tyson Fury's going to want to stick and move. He's going to want to utilize his really good movement and stay on the outside, while Oleksandr Usyk is going to want to get on the inside and try to make this an inside type of boxing match where he could get on the inside, go to the body, mix things up, and that is where we have seen Tyson Fury be very vulnerable. But one of the things that I think Tyson is going to try to implement in this matchup is we have seen Oleksandr have some issues when guys tend to go to the body, but I don't know how much of an impact that's going to have, because Tyson Fury is not exactly a guy that's known for being able to go to the body and have add those body shots up to have a tremendous impact on his opponents. And when we talk about the strength of schedule, right? That's what we always tend to look at whenever we see two big name boxers go in there. And one thing I want to commend both of these guys for, they've taken some dangerous fights. Usyk's been in there with Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury was in there against Deontay Wilder multiple times when nobody else was really calling for Deontay Wilder. So both of these men have not been afraid to kind of put their record on the line to go in there against some great competition. But before the Ngannou fight, I was leaning towards Usyk to begin with. Then when we go in there and I watch what kind of happened with Ngannou, it kind of shows me some of the things that kind of confirm my hesitations towards picking Fury in this matchup, which is the inside boxing I just think is going to be a real problem for Tyson Fury. And I think that Oleksandr, his head movement just gets better and better and better every time we see him out there. I mean, even against Anthony Joshua, which, by the way, it was kind of disgusting to me, some of the highlights online. I think it was DAZN putting out, I know Anthony Joshua was kind of their little golden boy. Those highlights were so biased, dude. They were so biased. Usyk has had some tremendous moments in there against Anthony Joshua. And if you saw what Usyk was able to do against Dubois, I can't remember how you pronounce that. Dubois is his last name. You just got to see what Usyk is able to do when he's able to get on the inside, man. He has really good head movement. He stays very tight defensively, slips and rolls with shots, finds a way to get in, let those combinations go. And really the only kryptonite to Oleksandr has been when guys are not afraid to slip the head off the center line and dig to the body, which for a tall guy like Tyson Fury, even if he's going to try to implement that into the game plan for this matchup, it just doesn't, it's not the same when a guy is that tall and that big. They're not known for being tremendous body punchers. I mean, if somebody can go back in time and point someone out, maybe there's somebody that comes to mind, but off the top of my head throughout this video, I mean, when we look at Deontay Wilder, even a tall, rangy guy that it's good straight shots down the middle. With Fury, it's the movement. It's sitting on the outside, throwing that jab, slipping and rolling up against the ropes. Like, he has outstanding movement. But what we've seen is if you are able to extend the combinations, make Tyson Fury kind of enter into that phone booth range, guys have a lot of success. And that's where Francis Ngannou was having some success. When he was moving forward, holding a high guard, and then just catching and shooting off of what Tyson Fury was throwing. Because Oleksandr Usyk, this is going to be an open stance battle. And whenever we see that orthodox and southpaw matchup, the jab tends to change a little bit when it's that open stance battle. It's not to say you can't use the jab, but we see a lot of guys change that to a little bit of a lead hook. And Tyson Fury, he does have good power in his hands. This notion that Tyson Fury isn't this super powerful guy, well, I mean, clearly he is, right? I mean, he has the ability to hurt people. We saw what he was able to do to Deontay Wilder, and apparently had rocks in his gloves or something, right? I mean, to cause damage on people. But Tyson Fury, he's a guy that has such a fun skill set to watch. He is a generational talent, in my opinion. When you see a guy that's 6'8" that moves like that, it's incredibly impressive. But I just think a guy like Usyk, who has a skill set, who's been dialed in for this matchup, was not distracted by a matchup with Francis Ngannou, has been in there with Anthony Joshua, who we saw melt Francis Ngannou rather easily, right? I mean, Anthony Joshua set him up beautifully. Like, Anthony Joshua gets overlooked. People look at him as like, oh, he's just this big bodybuilder who... No, Anthony Joshua is a skilled boxer, and he got to show that against Francis Ngannou, and he showed it before, being in there with Oleksandr Usyk. Both of these guys are undefeated coming into this matchup. There's a lot on the line. If you're telling me I have to make a prediction, while I think this is a very close fight, I do think Tyson Fury is motivated. I think he has a point to prove, and he has that fun personality. But make no mistake about it, when they make the walk, he'll come out there to maybe some Patsy Cline being carried out there, in a chair or whatever. He's got the robe, the king thing on, or the crown on. When he gets in there, Tyson Fury is all about business, and if he does not have an answer for the inside boxing of Oleksandr Usyk, it's going to be a long night for Tyson Fury. And if Fury does not look to go to the body, if he is not able to cause an impact with the body shots on Usyk, I just don't see how Tyson Fury wins this fight. I don't see how he wins the fight. He likes to play the matador type of role. I think Oleksandr Usyk has been in there with some good competition as well. Both guys have been in there with that's why I said what I like about both of these guys. They're both undefeated. Someone's always got to go. I'm rolling with Oleksandr Usyk. I think that he is able to get the job done. I don't know if he's able to finish Tyson Fury. Maybe this goes to decision, and in boxing, Lord have mercy, if it goes to a decision, it's really a toss-up. So, I mean, we just never know with the decision. But I think that, if someone's going to finish somebody in this matchup or get some sort of stoppage, I can see Usyk getting it done, getting on the inside, being able to counter. If I'm Usyk, I'm watching kind of what Francis Ngannou did, those catch and shoots, catch some shots on the guard, fire off those good hooks around the side, because Tyson Fury does hold his hands low while he has good movement, good head movement, slides, in and out of range really well. I think that is really, extending those combinations, trying to get to Fury. I think that Oleksandr Usyk is going to get the job done. He's going to try to, obviously he's going to want to win the foot battle. It's that open stance battle. He's that shorter kind of guy. He's going to look to get on the inside. I think that is the perfect recipe to go in there and beat what is going to be a motivated and dialed in Tyson Fury. Rolling with Oleksandr Usyk. I'm going to say by decision, and Usyk is also the underdog in this matchup, so I guess I'm rolling with the underdog here. But I want to hear from you all down in the comments. Like this video. Drop your prediction below. Are you rolling with Oleksandr Usyk? Are you rolling with Tyson Fury? Subscribe to the channel. Help your boy out. I would appreciate it. See you next time.